Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and I have a challenge for you. But before I explain the challenge, I have 3 questions for you. Have you ever been put in a position when it comes down to being in a trade and you struggle to cut losses and you continue to bag hold? My second question is, do you think, based off of current market conditions, that it has been inconsistent and so inconsistent that you almost don't want to trade for a profit? My third question for you is, have you ever set up a plan, right, like our ticker call out format, but you do not stick to your plan? For whatever the reason is, there might be a break of pattern, it might continue to run, you either get greedy and you don't lock in profits, or it ends up breaking its pattern, and again, you go back to question number 1, you don't cut losses and manage your risk. And if you've answered yes to any of the 3 questions that I just asked you, give me 1 minute to explain to you what this challenge is. So you have your entire life, we can both agree that you have your entire life to make a profit in the stock market. And you also know that stat, right? That 95% of people fail when it comes down to day trading in the stock market. Think about it for 1 second. Why do you think so many people fail? Do you think that there's a possibility in your experience and based off of what you've seen that a huge area of opportunity means an area of improvement for the common trader is risk management? So you understand that you have nothing but time, right? You're learning how to trade. You have nothing but time to make a profit. You understand that so many people fail in the stock market because they do not know how to manage their risk. So with that simple understanding, my challenge for you is to give yourself 1 week. We both agreed that the market has been choppy, so it's been hard to make a profit, but we're all about being productive and efficient, right? Okay. So I have a challenge for you, and what I challenge you is to, all you focus on is cutting losses. First of all, I know what you guys might be thinking. This is ideal for someone that is paper trading, simulation trading, or trading on demand with fake money. If you don't know what that is, Google it and YouTube it. The reason that I want to make this video is I don't think enough people are actually taking action when it comes down to practicing, when it comes down to cutting losses. And I know that almost doesn't make sense, but why would you practice that? Again, why do so many people fail? Because they struggle in managing the risk. Ask yourself, have you ever been put in a position in the past week, in the past month? Ask yourself, what are one of the biggest reasons that, you have consistent green days, but it literally just takes 1 red day to give all that profit back? Because why? Because you don't keep your losses smaller than your profits. So we both understand that the market has been choppy, and ask yourself, you want to be part of that 5%, and just to, again, work to get 1 step closer to become part of that 5%. Do you think, I'm asking you, do you think it's worth, in this choppy market condition, to dedicate 1 week of your life, 1 week out of all the time that you have to make a profit in the stock market, 1 week of your life to practice and try to really refine how to manage your risk? And what might this look like? Well, I still want you to stick to the very basics. So again, with a trading on demand, a simulation trading account or paper trading account, that's the ideal people. Of course, if you're trading with real money, then this isn't obviously going to be ideal. But again, I think that practice makes perfect, right? And it's not about becoming a perfect trader, but it's working towards becoming as close to perfect as possible. And I think that we can both agree that there's room for improvement when it comes down to the way that we manage our risk. So there's 3 things that I like to take into consideration when it comes down to cutting losses. And that's a max percentage loss, right? So if you only want to day trade a stock that offers a 3% margin of profit for a 1% stop loss, what you're going to focus on is then a 1% stop loss. So wherever it is that you get in, you're going to set your stop loss at 1%. Another way is a max dollar loss. So if your overall ideal max dollar loss is $100 for a potential, $500 return, then once it hits that $100 loss, all you focus on is making sure that you cut losses. And the last thing is when there's a break of pattern. When there's a break of pattern of a stock that you saw, a very similar example of this is if you're part of Learn Plan Profit. Today during my live trading session, /CL was pushing up. It showed a very consistent uptrend pattern on the 1-day, 1-minute chart. I got in, it was pushing up, and then all of a sudden it broke its pattern. I had to cut losses quickly because due to the break of pattern, because the original pattern that I originally saw value in was no longer relevant. And again, how do you approach this? I want you to get empowered when it comes down to setting up your stock plan. You still want to make sure that you set yourself up for success, as in you wait for a good entry, you wait for confirmation, you wait for the overall direction to be in your favor, you make sure that the margin of profit outweighs the margin of loss. Still stick to the very basics, right? But what I want you to focus on, if you accept this challenge, is with your paper trading or simulation trading account, to just be so empowered to cut losses. I want you every single day that as soon as it hits that 1%, that you sell that position. If it comes down to hitting your max dollar loss, then guess what? You sell that position. If it comes down to breaking its pattern, then guess what? You sell that position. Sorry, headphone users, but you guys get the point, right? The point is to be empowered to manage your risk. So all you're going to focus on for this week moving forward is how to refine your ability to manage your risk. So next time when you're put up to the plate and you're tested that there's a potential break of pattern, a potential max percentage loss, a potential max dollar loss, guess what? You won't even blink when it comes down to cutting losses. And 1 week is a very small time period to pay, right? And to focus on this skill set that is literally going to take much more than just 1 week. I'm just trying to plant the seed because I know that once you see the improvement, I'm not saying that you're going to become a perfect trader when it comes down to managing your risk just within 1 week. If it was that easy, then everyone would be a true professional in this market. But again, it's just about testing it for a week and seeing how it plays out, seeing if it actually benefits you. And ask yourself, is managing risk an area of opportunity? And in this choppy market, do you think that instead of focusing on every single trade just to make a profit, that yeah, you set yourself up for success, yeah, you wait for confirmation, yeah, you wait for a good entry, but at the end of the day, that you are empowered to manage your risk? Because why? Because you are working that much more effectively and efficiently to get closer to becoming part of the 5% who actually make a profit consistently in the stock market. So again, if you accept my challenge, what I want to offer, and in no way do you have to do this, but just so I can pick one random winner, is you don't even have to be a part of this if you don't want to, but I'm going to put a link down below, and all it's going to ask you is, do you accept our risk management challenge? And by that, it allows me to gather a list of people that then I will randomly select an individual and give them a little gift or incentive. At the end of the day, it's not even about that. The whole point of this video and the whole point of dedicating a week of your time is to plant the seed of how important it is to manage your risk. So if you think it's worth it, I really hope that I earned your thumbs up and that you accept my risk management challenge. If you don't think it's worth it and you think that you have it all figured out, then 100% I absolutely just wish you the best. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Again, if you want to accept our risk management challenge, then be sure to click that first link below. It's gonna bring you on over to Facebook, ask you a quick little question, and then I will have a list of people who opted into this challenge, and I will be selecting one lucky member, and I will give them a little gift that I will later reveal. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I wish you guys an absolute amazing rest of your day. I also do want to remind you that tomorrow is Friday. It's part of our live trading session. So if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, make sure that you set your reminder to be able to see me trade live in the stock market at market open. If you guys are not part of the Learn Plan Profit group but want to get a taste of what it's like to watch me trade live, click that third link below. It's actually going to be one of the recaps to one of our live trading sessions. So if you've ever wanted to see what it's actually like to see someone successfully day trade in the stock market, if you guys have 20 to 30 minutes, check out that video and see just raw live footage of what it's like to see someone successfully day trade in the stock market. So I appreciate you guys' time. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.